Start as soon as they finish. Our national anthem on the campus of Nashville Christian at Eagle Baseball Field. This is Mike McPherson along with Colin Wright, and we are bringing you our first live stream play-by-play broadcast. And Coach Wright, you've been in the booth with me at the other two fields or the other field in court. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Well, I don't know a lot of baseball. I know there's, 8, 9, or 10 positions, something like that. So I'm going to be depending on you dearly and deeply tonight.
Hey, we're just out here to root our Eagles on to a victory and be as unbiased as possible.
Unbiased as possible. Well, I don't apologize for being a homer, so I never have. So I will not get as excited for our guest from Franklin. And so on the mound for the Eagles is Landon Travis. Our catcher is J.T. Robbins. First base, Jackson Madure. Second base, Elijah Oliver. Shortstop, Grayson Wells. And at third base, J.T. Robbins. And then we go into our outfield. Well, I didn't write our outfield down, did I, Coach? I'll have to do that. Yeah. Okay. At left field is Ryan DeMumbrium. In center is Hudson Goldner. And in right field, Brock Haywood. So I apologize for that. So, Coach, we're just about ready to begin.
Yeah, I like Landon Travis on the mound today. Landon is a great kid in school, and I think he's going to be bringing some heat today.
So he's warming up, and the players are poised to play. We had a few technical difficulties, so we've only got one camera. We normally have a floor cam for basketball and a field cam for football, but not everything is working totally properly today. And so Mr. Atkins has the one camera on the field, and we'll go with that. So there's the throw down to the second base, and we're just about ready to begin. And up first for Franklin is Graby. He is the pitcher today. Is that right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
And so they're batting him first, so he must be he must have a bat.
Foul tip that first one.
Okay, we got a 0-1 count. Travis winds and pitches. Look like a fastball a little bit outside. So the count goes to 1-1.
Looks like he was trying to get him to chase, go low and away right there.
Nice breeze blowing out to the outfield. The flag is blowing into the woods over there. The 1-1 pitch. And, boy, he's going to line it in between the center fielder and right fielder. And he's going to turn the corner, but not go on in for trying for second. And so right off the bat, Franklin puts a man on.
It's a great way to knock it down there by Javin Derulo out there in center field.
And up is number 18, and that is Clayton. And so we've got a runner on first that we need to hold inside a ball. JT dug it out of the dirt pretty nicely there.
Good block with the body as well.
Nice, cool, brisk afternoon here in the 40s. Probably just dipped just below 50 by game time. Pitch is fouled back over us.
Watch your cars, everybody.
You go 1-1. So, Coach, we have to kind of get used to the pace. Baseball is in spurts, and we'll do the best we can. I will admit, this is a novice. This is the first time I've done a baseball game, and it's probably pretty evident. And runner is going foul back. He'll go back.
Love it. Love to see it. It makes me laugh every time when they try to steal and then the batter fouls it off. It is one of the most hilarious parts of baseball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. It's kind of a wasted sprint there. 1 and 2. Travis has given up. First batter a hit. And he's going again. Pitch is swung on a miss, and he's going to go in sliding safely. And Travis got the strikeout.
Clayton goes 0 for 1 there. Next up, we have Delk, the designated hitter.
All right, Delk, and it's showing his number is 6. Coach, is that incorrect?
3.
I can't see. Okay,
number
6. Yeah, they've got we'll have to find out who that is. We apologize to Franklin for not having up-to-date information. Ball outside.
The list is from your coach, so don't get too mad at us.
Right, we were not given first names here at all. So Gravy is leading off second. There's 1 out. He got there on a single. First batter of the game. Travis looks him off, stretches, and delivers. Nice pitch on the corner.
Foul
got
tip.
him swinging 1-1 with 1 out. So the Eagles hoping to hold that runner at second. Gravy leads away. Travis looks him off and now tries to pick him off, and he's back.
Nice to keep him honest there. He was taking a big lead off at first.
Right.
You want to make sure you keep him honest, because then that allows Landon to focus on the guy at the plate. If we can get a couple more strikeouts here, get ourselves out of the inning.
Travis looking, and here's the 1-1. And there's a pop into center field. It's going to be fielded nicely.
Javin Derulo again.
Javin Derulo, nice job, Javin. And so with 2 out, Travis is trying to get himself out of a little hole with the man at second, but we've got 2 down now, so we can play pretty normal. And up, number 23, the catcher, E. Allen. Again, we apologize to Franklin fans for not having their first name. Landon Travis on the mound. Stretches and the pitch. Whoa, he almost got him. The ball's going to hit the backstop, but bounce right back to J.T. Robbins, so no damage.
A favorable bounce there. Kept the runner safely at second.
Ball 1, 1-0, 2 out here in the top of the first. Franklin and their North Carolina blue, and he looks to pick him off again. He's back.
Not a bad turn there from Landon.
That did look good. Grayson Wells is hustling over nicely from the shortstop spot to field all of those. So Grayson has to sneak back over a little bit. He's got to do a little hustle there, going from the bag back to his spot, and here's the pitch.
Ooh, just
a little high.
There.
Looked good from 40 feet up over him, but it's ball 2.
We trust the men in blue down there.
Who out? The blue. A lot of blue out on the field. Nashville Christian Navy blue, throwing to the powder blue, and runner gets back. Travis is really wanting to keep it honest. Gravy may have a reputation for liking to take off. He's got another big lead here, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Travis into the stretch and the pitch. A little low. And we go to 3-0. He's had a couple of pitches over the plate nicely, but one was a little high, one a little low.
Let's see if they give him the go-ahead to swing here on a 3-0 pitch.
So Allen back in there. And runner going inside, walks him. The throw down is not in time. And so Franklin's got people on the corners.
It's a tough position to be in. Thankfully, we've got 2 outs on the field, so anything on the ground would be nice here for Landon.
Number 34, Jenkins he's the first baseman, and he steps in with 2 men on. So let's see if Travis can get himself out of this jam. Runner going. And that ball is hit back deep into right field. But it looks like we'll camp under it nicely.
Nice job by Brock Haywood there.
And Brock Haywood makes the catch to end the top of the first. So we'll go to the bottom of the first with the Eagles coming to bat in just one moment. Back at Eagle Field again, Mike McPherson with Coach Colin Wright. And, Coach, appreciate you sitting in and helping with our commentary. As we mentioned, if you are just joining us, this is our first live stream with the play-by-play broadcast. And so we know some of you are sometimes driving when you listen to the broadcast. And so we try to give it a little bit of a radio flair. And bear with us as we don't always have every single complete roster, especially for our opponents. But we'll try to get the main message across. And right now the main message is we have a scoreless ball game going to the bottom of the first. And it looks like, is that catcher JT Rob? No, Brock. Is Brock Haywood up?
Yes, sir.
All right, Brock will be.
Brock batting first.
Batting
Brock's got
first
good
here.
Speed. Brock can get accelerated pretty quick. He's a good guy to have on the bases if you can get some sticks behind him.
An outstanding football player also. He's playing right field during the spring sport.
Looks like Jackson Maduri is on deck. Good couple of hitters to start off the lineup.
Right, and Graby will deliver his first pitch of the game. Outside, ball one. Travis gave up one hit. They had runners that were stranded at first and third, so we did a good job of getting him out of that jam. The 1-0 to JT Robbins. I'm sorry, Brock Haywood. And swing and a miss. The count goes to 1-1 on a nice, cool evening here. The Nashville Christian Field, our crowd, a little bundled, therefore a little sedated right now, Coach.
It's hard to yell when you're covered up with.
And he's going to foul tip that one away to be down on the count 1-2.
It looks like he's throwing a little bit of a change-up that'll fall out from underneath it here. Brock's been leaning a bit forward, trying to get a hold of it.
Here's the 1-2 to Haywood. Outside, good eye there. It goes to 2-2.
Long pitch counts are a batter's friend here. If we can make the pitcher throw more pitches, it's good for us.
So Graby with the 2-2 pitch. Haywood standing in, and boy, nice job there.
Take one for the team.
Exactly. He didn't flinch and let himself get hit. I love that. So Haywood reaches and ruins the perfect game for Graby.
If it hit him ever so slightly.
And so number 18.
That's not Jackson. I thought it was Jackson.
Help me out here. Again, our stats are always incomplete. We need to get their numbers down there.
Jackson.
Did you get them? For some reason, our roster does not have our numbers. I'm not sure exactly why. I guess they didn't have all the jerseys distributed at the time. And so hopefully when number 18 turns this way, we can figure out who it is. You got it yet, Coach?
Oh, it's Landon. It's Landon Travis.
Landon Travis, our pitcher. We're going to write down he's number 18. Sorry, Landon and family.
Then JT steps up on deck. He's over here trying to fight.
All right, we'll get
Locky.
All right, Travis trying to help himself out. And we've got Haywood. Boy, he really got away from that base. Looked like Jackie Robinson ready to take one on. And the ball is outside, 1-0.
Let's see if both the pitchers can get a hit in the first inning here.
Travis showing bunt. Then he's going to pop it up deep to right. The fielder he's got trouble. He's going to it and miss it. We're going to take runners to second and third.
Brock with a really
Haywood
good stride.
Really turned on the jets there. And we've got runners at second and third after the right field era.
Coach, if you noticed there, Brock was halfway down the baseline. He must have done something we didn't, because I was like, Brock, if you're going to tag up, you might as well get going, brother.
Boy, he was. And so we've got number 11, JT Robbins is stepping in. He's playing third base.
And Hudson Goldner steps up on deck.
Goldner on deck. Got runners at second and third. They lead away. Foul ball.
On to the softball
half the
field.
Right field line. So we've got men at second and third and no out. So a good start here for Nashville Christian. Bottom of the first.
Coach Mike, fun fact, JT and Hudson Goldner are two of the highest percentage hitters on our team.
All right. Runners lead away, and that pitch is high, and we're going to hold up on trying to beat the bad pitch there. We go to 1-1 on the count. Still no outs.
Backstop has been favorable to our catchers.
It has,
here,
bouncing right off. Runners at second and third, no outs, so a great opportunity for us to get off to a good start. Gravy winds and pitches. Just outside on the corner. 2-1. JT Robbins, also an outstanding football player, senior. We're losing him after this year. And a pitch. And it's a deep one to right field. That could be trouble. It's getting into the, it's just outside the line. That was going to be probably a triple and 2 runs in. And that thing hits just outside the right field line down at the pole. He hit that about 297 feet.
Just foul.
Just foul. JT back. He really got a hold of it. So JT steps back in with the count at 2-2.
Coach Mark Rayburn trying to get his batters excited, get his bench excited.
Haywood on third. Travis on second. Here's the pitch. Outside. So we go to a full count on Robbins.
Good stop there by Allen. Caught it with just the tip of his toe. Otherwise, it might have been a pass ball and a scored run.
Yeah, a lot of high school backstops are pretty close. So you get a lot of them, you get a nice bounce back to hold some of those runners at third. And here's the full count pitch to JT Robbins. And they got him swinging. He'll go down in the first out for Nashville Christian. Stepping up, Hudson Goldner. He's going to be batting left, excuse me.
It's a little wonky. It's on our right, but he's batting left-handed.
Pitch inside. Good eye there. The wind and the pitch.
Good cut.
And, just inside. On that inside corner, good swing. And we go to 1-1. Gravy with runners at second and third. Goldner trying to bring them in. Here's the pitch. Good eye outside. No, he said he caught the corner from our 40-foot sky view here, Coach. I thought it was outside. We go to 1-2.
That's why you don't get paid for this.
That's why I'm basketball. 1 ball, 2 strike. That's inside. Go to 2-2 with 1 out here. And the powder blue Franklin team trying to hold Nashville Christian off the scoreboard. 0-0, both teams with one hit. Gravy stretches the 2-2 to Goldner. Fouled away over the third baseline.
See you on the highway, ball.
2-2. Coach, I smell something really good coming from that concession stand. I'm sure you'll go down and get us something later.
Best part of a baseball game is a hot dog.
The hot dogs, they taste great at the ballpark. 2-2, one out. Bottom of the first, Goldner
High and
lets
outside.
that one go. Yep, 3-2. So Goldner, Gravy does not want to load the bases here. And the 3-2 pitch is coming. Little high.
Up around the shoulders there. That brings Jackson Maduri up with one out and loaded bases.
Goldner with a nice eye there. Jackson Maduri. He's our first baseman tonight.
Drawn in the sand a little bit.
Wearing number 7. I believe there was a kid in New York that wore that back in the 50s and 60s. And here's the pitch. Maduri's got bases loaded, and the first pitch is a strike.
That was a good one. He brought it outside in, brought it back to the center of the plate. Good pitch right there from Gravy.
So the Eagles have bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. One away. Great opportunity for us. Jackson Maduri is the one that can deliver the punch right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch, high, 1-1.
Our batters have been doing a good job of standing in there and really looking those pitches down.
The runners leading away. They are ready to sprint at the touch of the ball from the bat. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out.
Jackson wanted to send that one out to the batting cages out there.
Even a deep pop-up to the outfield will probably bring 1 run in. Base hit probably will bring 2. Here's the pitch by Gravy. Outside, and we go to 2-2. So Gravy's had a little bit of control issues. He's kind of back and forth on this cool afternoon.
Not missing by much though. It's
right.
It's not wild. It's just not strikes.
2-2. Boy, he got him looking.
Punched him out.
Boy, that's got him caught looking, and he'll go down, and that's 2 out. And Gravy trying to also dig himself out of the hole.
Grayson
and
Wells.
Number 9, Grayson Wells up. Grayson Wells at shortstop. So he's got an opportunity to do some damage to this Franklin team. And the pitch by Gravy.
Right around the eyeballs.
1-0. Eagles with a major opportunity here in the first inning, loading the bases right off the bat. But Gravy's come back to get 2. That pitch is also outside, and we'll go to 2-0. So Grayson probably wants to be a little patient, but I'm sure if one is laid up there for him, he's got the go-ahead to swing, I'm sure. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Outside, goes to 3-0, and Gravy really wants to be careful to avoid walking in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the first.
He seems to really want to paint that outside corner. It's either a miss just outside or he hits it like he did with Jackson just a second.
Grayson Wells waiting, and the pitch. And he was taking all the way, 3-1. So Grayson will probably be swinging away here if it's close. 3-1, 2 out, bottom of the first. We're in a scoreless tie at Eagle Field. Grayson Wells. Shortstop digging in. The pitch is, and he's going to knock it into center field. It's going to be 1 run. Let's see if we bring another one in. He bobbles it. We're going to get 2 runs. We're going to send runners to the corner, and Nashville Christian is on top 2-0 here with Grayson Wells bringing in 2 big ones.
Great solo single right there.
That whistle, Grayson Wells brings in 2 runs with a nice hit there. And stepping up here, number 22 is that Javin Drulo?
Yes, it is.
He's our center fielder, another football player. And so we have got runners on the corner. Hudson Goldner at third and Grayson Wells on first. Here's the pitch back. Wells dives back to first base. 2 out here. After Grayson Wells drives in 2 runs here in the bottom of the first. The 0-0 pitch to Drew Lowe, and he's going to also drill it into center, and it's going to be in there for a hit. We're going to send another run in. Wells will back up and go back to second, and so nice hit there by Drew Lowe to give us a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. So, Coach Wright, we're off to an outstanding start here in the first quarter. I've been in another location too long in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, it's good to get to see the sticks going.
And stepping into bat, number 2, Elijah Oliver. He's your second baseman. He pops the first one up and out of play for an 0-1 count. 2 out here, bottom of the first. Runners at first and second. They lead away. In a big inning, 3-0. Pitch is outside. So Graby is giving up some mustard here, losing or trailing 3-0, giving up 3 hits and 3 runs in the first inning. Elijah Oliver, freshman, standing in there, and the pitch to Oliver, and he's going to ground the ball back in the middle. It's fielded, and stepping on second base is Clayton for the 3rd out. But, Coach, big inning here with Nashville Christian taking the lead in the bottom of the first. It's 3-0 at Eagle Field. Back in a moment. If you just joined us at Eagle Field in Bellevue, Tennessee, this is baseball, and this is Mike McPherson along with Coach Colin Wright bringing you the broadcast. And first time we've done this, we've never been in the booth with baseball before, and I've never called a game of baseball before. And Coach Colin, I'm assuming you've never done commentary on a baseball game.
I have not, but I have watched a great many games. I watched the Georgia Bulldogs, Diamond Dogs take it on every weekend.
Number 16, the third baseman, Grimmenstein, and he's the brother, I'm assuming, of the left fielder. And here's the first pitch of the second inning, strike one, as Travis put one on the left inside of the plate. 3-0 is the score, and 0-1 is the count. Travis, the wind and the pitch, got that.
Ooh, must have been low.
He got the outside corner, I thought, but apparently was low. We go to 1-1. Nashville Christian up 3-0 here in the bottom of the second with a big 3-run inning. Travis got him swing on an outside pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The infield seemed to appreciate that throw there.
On a cool night, Landon Travis in short sleeves, winds pitches, and a little high, 2-2. Up here, they all look good if they're over the plate.
Anything down Broadway.
2-2, 3-0, Nashville Christian. Travis giving up one hit but no runs in the first inning. We're in the top of the second now. Travis stretches and the pitch. Little high also goes to 3-2. So we have a full count. Third baseman Grimmenstein. Might be Grimmenstein, like Frankenstein and Frankenstein. I have no idea. Sorry, family. And got him. Swinging on the outside pitch. One away here in the top of the second.
Lane's been doing a good job of getting them to chase that outside and low pitch. Let's see if he keeps going back to it in those longer counts.
And we got another Grimmenstein up, the left fielder. And again, parents, we're sorry we don't have their first names. So he's standing in, the left fielder. Travis with the pitch outside, 0-1. So Travis in the first inning had a little bit of a shaky start, but he got himself out of trouble. We made a couple of good plays to hold off any scoring by Franklin. And the pitch. Down the middle, but a little low for 2-0 count. And the crowd is a little subdued here in the cool weather. And this is feels like football season here. Next week will probably be back to normal, we hope. Stretch and pitch. And it's back up the middle, and that's the second hit given up by Travis. And so Grimmenstein gets on board. And number one, it's the second baseman, Alvarado. And with none out here in the top of the second, Nashville Christian leading 3-0. Great first inning for the Eagles. And the pitch. And that ball is going to go into right field. And another hit. Runners will be held. No, it's bobbled now, and he's going to leave second. We got him at third, and he is out by a mile.
Great throw by Brock Haywood there. After the bobble, was able to collect himself.
Brock Haywood throws a frozen rope to J.T. Robbins for the out.
I appreciate the lingo you threw in there, Coach.
The runner, he came around second quite a bit. He wasn't going to run. Then he saw Javin bobble the ball. Then he took off. And because of the great throw, it wasn't even close. I don't think I could have even gotten in safely on that one, Coach, with my speed.
You might have been a little too fast for him. You're not second-guessing yourself at second.
Ball high, 1-0. And stepping into bat here, number 29. And I haven't gotten him. Oh, Hendricks, the center fielder, excuse me.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out.
It's funny. JT looked a little surprised the ball had gotten to him so quick on that throw out there.
He did. It's kind of like, I don't know what to do here. I've got some time to – oh, here's the pickoff play, and he's back.
If Grayson had been there a little bit earlier, I think that pickoff might have been there.
Grayson is really working from his shortstop spot to try to get the pickoff at second. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Travis wants to leave that runner on second. Big lead away and the pitch outside. So we go, the count is 2-1. Or maybe that's 1-1. It is 1-1. So runner at second, Nashville Christian leading, top of the second, 3-0. Travis looks the man. Looks again. The pitch. Down the middle, strike.
Swing and a miss.
2-2. 2 out. Top of the second. Runner on second.
Just go ahead and punch him out right here, Landon.
Sit him down right here, Landon Travis. Winding in the pitch and swung on and miss. We dropped the third strike, but
Hudson
Goldner throws out the runner, and we go to the bottom of the second, and that dropped pitch reminds me of a trivia question I'm going to be asking Coach Wright when we get back, and this will be for all our listeners. And if you phone in the answer, you could win $100. Coach Wright has got several 100s in his pocket, and he's going to give those out. And I'll be giving that trivia question on that last pitch reminded me of a great trivia question. So we'll be back with a second inning, the bottom of the second, with the score. Nashville Christian up 3-0 over Franklin. Back in a moment. Well, we are ready for the bottom of the second. And as we mentioned, this is our first live stream. So we are novices at it, and I appreciate Mr. Andrew Atkins putting the production together and Coach Colin Wright staying after school with
on a Friday, nonetheless.
On a Friday to help me out with the broadcast. And we've got left fielder Ryan Demumbrium.
Ryan takes a wide
stance and the pitch outside, 1-0. So I'll be giving the trivia question here. So some of you listeners out there,
I'm not giving you $100. It's not happening.
Could win $100 from somebody. I'll talk to Connie Joe. Outside, 2-0. I don't know. I've got the money, so I'll probably give it away. It's a great trivia question. I came up with it myself, and I'm not even a baseball buff.
What's the meaning of life?
It's a good one. And here's the pitch, and that one's down the middle for
it looks like a
ball. Inside. Yeah, and great eye by Demumbrium. And we go to 3-0, so he'll probably take this pitch. Gravy here already in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the second. The pitch is outside, but Demumbrium gets a hold of it. It's hit the deep center, back, and he misses it. Demumbrium will turn first. He's turns to second. He's going to come on into third. They overthrew the relay man, and he gets in with a triple and lets the dugout know how well he did.
Looking like a baby giraffe there around in second base.
So we've got a runner on third right off the bat. And Landon's mom just stepped into the press box. What was she telling us?
I don't know. I think she just wondered who was talking up here.
Okay. I thought she may be viewing. I don't know. And up for Nashville Christian, number 15, Brock Haywood. It's already back around to him. And swinging a miss on the first pitch. Here's the second. Fouled away. And the count will go to 0-2.
I think the key tonight, at least as long as Gravy's pitching, is going to be getting him deep into the pitch counts. If we can watch a couple get by and make him throw a pitch we like, might be beneficial.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Haywood. And he's swinging. He's going to foul it back over to our fans on that first base line.
It sounds like it hits the top of the softball press box.
Or a barn. 0-2.
We've got a few out here.
No out. 3-0. Nashville Christian has 4 hits and 3 runs. Franklin Christian, 3 hits, no runs. Here's the pitch to Haywood outside. A ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So imagine most of the viewers are the kids watching the game after the game. So we hope y'all can relax, enjoy the telecast, and we hope you're watching a win. And the pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'd like to see Brock put one in that front yard up there in right field. That'd be nice.
And if he knocks out a window, I'll pay for it. I've got the money. 2 balls,
Flexing
2
on
strikes, no outs, and the pitch. Outside,
I
3-2.
wanted to chase there a little bit, Brock. Way to hold off on it.
So Demumbrian really wants to run down there. That Giraffe wants to bring those long legs down the third baseline for a 4th run. There are no outs, so a good chance we can bring him in and end the pitch. In the dirt.
Skips.
And he's going to walk.
Second
Haywood.
walk of the day.
And we've got runners on the corners. And coming up with 2 men on is the pitcher, Landon Travis. So he can really help his cause again and get a little gap between us and the Eagles from Franklin Christian in their powder blue with navy blue numbers, and Nashville Christian in their Auburn colors of, that kind of hurts me to say sometimes, navy blue with our Auburn orange trim. And runners lead away. Haywood wanted to dart to second for the steal, but didn't feel like he had enough time. And Demumbrian was over here on the third base corner. He'll run like the wind if the ball's hit.
Rayburn coaching up Ryan down there.
He's in his ear right there. Here's the pitch. It's a line drive back to center field, and it's caught. We'll tag up Demumbrian, and he will easily come in. Haywood will go back to first, but Travis gets a nice RBI and a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the second. So the coach for Franklin Christian walking out to the mound, and we'll see if he feels like he needs to replace Graby, who's given up 4 runs in less than 2 innings. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the second. The Eagles with 4-0 lead. So here's the trivia question. How could a pitcher throw a perfect game, put 28 people out, but still lose 1-0? There's your trivia. And for the dozens that may be listening out there, we want to offer you that question there. I came up with it, and it's an outstanding one. I usually have baseball coaches that will figure it out eventually. Here's the runner going. The throw down is not going to be nearly in time.
Almost overslid the base there.
And Haywood dives into second. So the question again, Coach, is how could a pitcher pitch a perfect game, only face 28 batters? 28 is the maximum, correct? Or is it 27? Excuse me, it's 27. 9 times 3. Yeah, 27, excuse me. It shows this is my first baseball game. Get 27 batters out, lose 1-0, and it's not any forfeit or anything like that. And there's no hits. He pitches a perfect game. So we'll let y'all contemplate that for a little bit. 4-0, and here's the pitch inside.
Couple pitches right there, right on the chest of JT Robbins.
3-0, JT taking them all, 1 out, and he's got a runner in scoring position in Brock Haywood.
I know JT would like to see the bases after striking out his last at bat.
And, boy, he lines that one down the third base line foul. Boy, he got a hold of it.
He was very eager to put that one into play.
He wound that one up. And fortunately, nobody's face was in the way of it. 4-0 here.
Coach Rayburn is shaking in his cleats over there.
4-0 Eagles over the Franklin Eagles. Here's the pitch and timeout.
That was a bit of an abrupt timeout, but it is a tactic of batters to get the pitcher out of their sequence. Call time at the last second. Fluster them a little bit.
That ought to be a penalty, shouldn't it? 5-yard penalty. Here's the
Negative.
pitch.
It's all
inside,
part of the game.
And JT will take the walk, and we've got runners at first and second.
JT, I've never seen anyone bat flip a walk, but I like it.
And Hudson Goldner is up. Oh, excuse me, the catcher, Hudson Goldner. He's got runners. Outside 0-1.
A little high, a little outside. Wait for your pitch, Hudson. Put it over center field.
Hudson Goldner, lefty, left-hander. waiting for the pitch, and it was outside, and he got a piece of it, and the count will go to 1-1, 1 out.
Poked that one with the end of the bat like a pool cue.
We got 3 runs in the first, 1 here in the second, and we've got runners ready to go with 1 out. Gravy needs a double play badly. Runners lead away. The wind and the pitch. Outside.
Ooh. That seemed like that same pitch from earlier.
2 and did he call a strike on that?
He did.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, that looked way outside here on our left shoulder. 4-0. Gravy winds and the pitch. Outside. No doubt that was a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Hudson Goldner, your batter. Nashville Christian, second inning, leading 4-0 over the Franklin Christian Eagles.
Sun peeking out a little bit over right field fence.
Pitch to Goldner. And he's going to line that into center field. He's going to bring a runner around the third corner. Nashville Christian waving him. They may have him, and they do. He drops the ball. He dropped the ball as Brock Haywood hit him, and then Brock stretched and gets the 5th run.
Brock's going to be breathing a little heavy for a minute. He took a shin guard straight to the rib cage.
The catcher blocked it beautifully, but he dropped it, and then Brock had the wherewithal to stretch it, saw it was there, crawled to the plate. Safe.
That's that football mentality from Brock Haywood.
Jackson Madura, your first baseman in. He's got runners at second and third outside, 0-1. So the Eagles off to a big lead here early in the bottom of the second, leading 5-0. They've got 5 runs on 5 hits. Travis has given up no runs and 3 hits. Inside, nice eye there by Madura.
Jackson, another player that's probably looking to get on base here after striking out last inning.
JT Robbins at third, leading away. Runners at second and third, and pitch is fouled away.
Jackson coming off some time off after an unfortunate car accident. We're glad to see him back on the diamond, Coach.
This is his first day back in a while, isn't it?
Yes, sir. He's been off for a couple weeks, rehabilitating some bumps and bruises. It's good to see him back out there.
Goldner at second, JT Robbins at third. Here's the pitch outside, and a 3-1 count to Madura.
And this is where you got to start asking questions as the Franklin Christian coach. It seems like we're missing just outside more than we're hitting. What do we tell our pitcher here, Coach?
I don't know baseball. I have no idea. And the pitch is outside, and we're going to load him up. Madura will trot down to first, and Gravy is really struggling.
Catcher going to try to settle him down, hopefully try to help him get out of the inning.
It's first frustrating beginning for Gravy.
Doesn't look like Franklin Christian's got anybody warming up, but, you know, it's a tough situation to be in early on. Down 5 runs. Got to string together a few good pitches here. At least make them hit it. At least make them swing.
Grayson Wells will step in to try to increase that 5-0 lead. He's got runners on each base and the pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner. So Grayson, sophomore, will step in. Got a lot of young players.
I know Coach Rayburn's excited to see these young guys mature. And
the pitch is really wild. That went right over Grayson's head and then kind of fell in right into the.
Grayson wanted to stand up so bad and let it just conk him right on the noggin.
5-0. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Eagles up 5-0. The wind and the pitch by Gravy. And a strike there.
Great job placing the pitch there by the catcher. That was not a strike, but
boy,
he made
it looked like
there.
It broke a little outside. Ball 1, strike 2.
That's a good job.
We can call all the pitches from right here, and the pitch, and it's going to be in the gap.
Oh, good job knocking that down.
But we're going to send in 2 runs here. And Grayson Wells.
Ball away.
The ball gets away, and we're going to hold up the runner. I believe Jackson will go back. So Grayson with a nice hit. Shortstop knocked it down, but not before we get 2 more, Coach, and it's 7-0.
Clayton almost had a great play there, but unfortunately just a little late on that break. Great hit by Grayson, forcing it between the third base and shortstop.
And then on the error, he got to second. Javin Drulo will step in with runners at second and third, and the pitch outside. So Franklin has dug themselves a deep hole here early, 7-0. Bottom of the second. Runners lead away, second and third. And the pitch, and that's into the right field. Drew Lowe with a nice hit. We bring in another run. And so Drew Lowe hammers it into right field for 2 runs. And, Coach, it's 9-0. And
it looks like we're going to try to stop the bleeding here. They're going to switch.
No, Gravy's staying in there right now.
Oh. All right, then.
So they may not have anybody else that can come in. It's 9-0, and they're in a world of hurt right now. Elijah Oliver steps in with the man at first, and pitch is outside and gets away from the catcher. And, Coach, the wheels are really coming off here for Franklin Christian early.
It looks like they finally got the bullpen going, but I fear it might be too little too late.
Yeah, it's 1 out here in the bottom of the second. We put 3 on the board in the first inning, 6 here in the second. It's just getting worse and worse. Elijah Oliver back up the middle. It's going to be dropped by the shortstop. And, boy, they're sending Drew Lowe in, and he will score. Man, he scooted. As soon as he saw the ball bobbled, he turned on the jets and crosses the plate. And we have a touchdown and a field goal. It's 10-0.
Ryan, who batted first this inning, is now back up to bat.
DeMumbrium, the Elijah Oliver at first after the error there. And really having a tough time getting the Eagles out here. Strike 1 to DeMumbrium.
You're probably going to see that strike zone widen out of here a bit.
Ron DeMumbrium, 2-sport man with football and now baseball here in the spring. And the pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Elijah Oliver leads away at first base. Gravy trying to get out of this inning without any more damage. And there's been a lot of dents put into their car right now. It's 10-0. And the pitch outside. He's struggling with some control. Ball 2, strike 1. As you mentioned, Coach Wright, they've got someone warming up down there. Let's see if they'll bring him in for the 3rd inning. And there was a nice pitch. DeMumbrium fouls it away back over our heads here in the box. Great press box here, and the field looks outstanding. Still waiting for Coach Wright to answer the trivia question.
There's not a chance I'm
that I actually gave the wrong number of players that a while ago. That shows what I know. And that breaking ball didn't come in there soon enough, I don't believe. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out.
Left it hanging a little bit there. And, you know, it's these long pitch counts. They're really doing a number on Gravy, I think.
And it's 10-0. Oliver leads away. DeMumbrium in the box there, and it's strike outside. DeMumbrium ready to throw the bat away, and instead he's going to walk to the dugout with a strikeout.
A bit of a generous strike zone there, but
it was, but I almost feel like you got to swing at those.
Yeah, you got to. Anything close.
And next up, number 15, and is Brock Haywood already back up? Is that possible? Yeah, I guess him and DeMumbrium have each batted twice in this inning, haven't they?
We batted all the way around.
I just wasn't looking for Brock again, just like I wasn't looking for Ryan, but they're both getting 2 bats here in the bottom of the second with a 10-0 lead. Elijah Oliver on first leads away. And here's the pitch outside, fumbled, but Oliver walks back to first. He decides, I don't think I'm going to steal.
Elijah, come on, man. You got the speed for it.
He's just kind of giving Franklin a break there. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And it's hammered back up the middle, and it's going to be bobbled, and Oliver's going to walk into second base. And, boy, they're having a tough time at shortstop today. He's had a lot of balls hit.
Just outside of his reach, it seems.
They are, every one of them, just perfectly planted for Nashville Christian. And also, again, back up. Number 18, the pitcher, Landon Travis. And Landon has only pitched 2 innings, given up 3 hits. We have 1 error
on the field.
We've done a good job, and still Gravy stays in the
I imagine the coach is going to ride until this inning. He's going to hope that we can get out of this inning.
There's nobody in the bullpen. Pitch high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. We do have 2 outs here.
If Landon gets on right here, I would wager there's going to be a pitch and change.
We've got runners at first and second. They lead away. Graby with the pitch, and it's outside. And I don't know if our scoreboard's working or not. I believe it's a 2-0 count, and they've got nothing up there. Now we've got 1 ball and no strike. I don't think that's correct.
Sleeping. They're sleeping on the scoreboard.
Now it's 2-0. Okay, and there's the pitch, line drive at the second baseman. Bobbled it, and they're going to throw to the shortstop and complete the play. And finally, after 7 runs, Donaldson, Franklin Christian gets out of the
One of
inning.
those cities.
Well, yeah, somewhere around Nashville. So we got 7 runs. We've got a total of 8 hits, and it's 10-0. And we're going to hold it right here. Coach, no idea on the trivia question. Here it is again. And I'd like any of the players that are watching this later, if you figure this out, come to me, and I'll have a dum-dum lollipop delight. If you'll be honest with me, don't just lie to me to get the lollipop. But the trivia question is, how could a pitcher pitch a perfect game, face 27 batters only, nobody gets a hit, and yet lose the game 1-0? That's your trivia question. So we're going to wait a few more minutes before we give it in case some of our players try to figure that out if they're listening to the telecast later. So we've been here a while, and it's just the top of the third, Coach.
Such is baseball.
Yes, it is. These parents, I know they've been coming to their kids' games since kindergarten, and they set out in the hot sun a lot. They're not too hot tonight, but they've logged a lot of long hours getting their kids to this position where they can play high school baseball. It's a tough sport. Hitting a golf ball and a baseball may be the 2 of the toughest athletic accomplishments in sports. Even in the major leagues, 3 out of 10 is outstanding. 3 out of 10 for your lifetime puts you in the Hall of Fame. Well, I wish we had a way to get the any callers that could phone in and tell us. Okay, here's the pitch. First batter, Travis. A lot of heat there.
High and inside.
High and inside. And here's the 1-0 to Graby, who's back up. I bet he's worn out.
2-0.
He's thrown a lot of pitches, Coach, in 2 innings.
Yes, sir.
Giving up 10 runs. Not his best night out, I'm sure. Travis, the wind, and the pitch.
High
inside and
again.
high, and it'll go to 2-0.
Now, what Landon needs to prevent is letting complacency slip up into this inning.
3 balls, no strikes. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and he walked him, so Gravy gets to trot to first, and they get a runner on.
If you notice, Coach, those pitches went perfectly mirrored in sequence. High and inside, skips it in front of the plate. High and inside, skips it in front of the plate.
Okay, shortstop number 18, Clayton up.
Deja vu.
And he's got a runner on first in a 10-0 deficit for Franklin Christian. Travis, inside corner ball gets away, and the runner will go to second. So Graby gets a man in scoring position. And, Coach, you know, they had a couple opportunities in the first inning. They had men on, and we got ourselves out of a couple of jams.
A very similar situation to this, I think. Leadoff hitter on second.
And no out. Travis looks at the runner. He had a long first inning, but got out of it. And the pitch is hike on that outside corner.
I think hike's a football term, Coach.
Go to 1-1. Right.
How did hike?
10-0.
I think you're looking for
Eagles up. So we got some umpire impersonations up here in the press box. Boy, he bounces that one in front of the batter, and they're going to go to Gravy's going to go to third base. And so they've got a runner ready to sprint just 90 feet down the path to one run, and they need one badly. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he got him swinging outside.
Reaching.
To go to 2-2.
I think you might have heard me.
No. So number 18, is he the DH? And I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Do you have it? Is it Clayton? And Clayton hits one down the third base foul line, out of play.
Go get it, youngins. Bring it back. Yeah. We need that ball.
So Clayton will step back in there. Travis would really like to keep that run off the board. And they're going to dribble it to first base. We're going to give up a run, but get the out.
Ooh, head
so
first
it goes
slide
to 10-1. Yeah.
But he does score one, Clayton.
So Clayton gets an RBI there to end the shutout by Travis here in the top of the third. So it's 10-1. So they're in a big, deep hole, but they're going to try to see if they can get a couple of other runs up there on the board. Trailing 10-1, bottom of the third, one out. Pitch outside by Travis. Nobody on. One out. Ten to 1, Nashville Christian up big here on a cool Friday evening in April. And the pitch. Good pitch, fouled away there.
I think that hit my car. I heard it. It's okay. It's already got dents in it anyway from all that hail.
And is that number 6 stepping in? And his, is that, well, I missed him. Delk. No, Delk is 3, isn't he?
It's whoever's batting in the third spot.
Oh, Delk is the DH, right? Oh, I'm sorry. He is the right fielder. Excuse me. I've lost my mind here. Well, I'm really messed up. Do we have a number 6 out here?
I think they may have mixed up the numbers.
Okay. We apologize. Number 6 is up for Franklin Christian, and he's taking a ball outside. 3-2 the count. It's loaded up, one out. Travis has given up 1 run and 3 hits, and there's 1 error. We have 10 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Travis. Wide end pitch. Change up there. Got away from him. And there's a walk.
Seemed like the batter was even a little confused on that one.
He was.
Looked like he was going to have to take another pitch.
Catcher Allen, number 23, up. And Nashville Christian in the top of the third, up big, but there have been bigger comebacks in baseball history than this, so we got to keep it on. And right down the middle, and then right down toward the center field, and making a nice catch out there is Javin Drulo, and relays it back in to hold the runner, and 2 out.
Javin, they should be paying you extra, brother. You're the busiest man on the field right now.
Yeah, that's a nice read there, and played it beautifully. Ball looked like it might be going a little further, and Drulo saw exactly where it was going. And up next, I believe, is Jenkins, the first baseman. Runner going, throw a little too far outside, but a nice job by Oliver, and almost got him. So good job by Elijah bringing that glove back in on a little bit of a stray throw, but the runner is at second, 2 out, 10-1 your score. Eagles up, Nashville Christian Eagles. Ball right down the middle, fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Travis would like to get out of this inning with as little damage as possible, giving up 1 run. Fortunately, the Eagles have 9 more. The Nashville Christian Eagles. Pitch by Travis on that outside corner. He got him.
Good job by Hudson.
Got him looking, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Yeah, Goldner
pulled
that. Yeah, he held it right there, maybe pulled it back in a little bit. Runner leads away at second. Travis looks him, winds and pitches. Runner going. Ball back to Travis. Handles it with Odomador for the 3rd out, and we get out with minimal damage, giving up 1 run at the end or at the top of the 3rd. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, Nashville Christian leading Franklin Christian 10-1. Back in a moment. Back at Nashville Christian Baseball Field, Mike McPherson with Coach Colin Wright bringing you the first ever baseball live stream. Is that correct, Andrew? And we've picked a good one to telecast. It's 10-1 Nashville Christian. And Coach Wright, the trivia question is, how can a pitcher pitch a perfect game, face 27 batters, and not give up any hits? Now, there's your hint there. Give no hits. And it actually, I guess we could say this. After on the 27th hitter, it technically would probably not become a perfect game since he's going to lose 1-0. But let's put it, I'm going to give some hints there. On that 27th batter, on the 3rd strike,
they drop the ball.
He runs all the way
around.
He runs to first. There's errors all the way around, and they lose 1-0. That's exactly right. After a couple of hints there, Coach Wright, good job.
I got it.
So any of the players, if you honestly figured that out first, come to me for the Dum Dum Lollipop. Coach Wright has the $100 in his room to give you.
You'll have to fight me for it.
10-1.
Or help me find it one.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of those actually in my wallet. J.T. Robbins, your 3rd baseman, steps up. We're on top 10-1. JT back into the box, 10-1. We are in the bottom of the 3rd.
I missed turning the music off. I got in trouble. Rayburn shooting me a look.
Yeah, that is a TSAA violation there, so we may be reported and on.
I think the umpire's going to fight me.
On probation.
He looked back up here.
Well, some of these football schools don't know that rule because they're blasting stuff when you're right at the line of scrimmage. And here's the pitch to JT out. Side and 2-0. 10-1, Nashville Christian up. Bottom of the 3rd. And the Mercy 10-run rule is at the end of 5. So we could achieve that with 3 more at-bats. And that one's right down the center.
Low, though.
But it was low. And 3-0.
If you ever see the umpire do a little squat, it's usually when it's low. They do a little up-down movement.
I wish they'd give a quicker signal on that strike. Some of them like to be a little dramatic there. And that one's ball 4. And Robbins will go to first base.
Both sides. 4 pitches, and a walk in the third inning.
Your catcher, Hudson Goldner, up, number 10, sophomore. And he'll bat left-handed.
He's going yard here. I feel it.
See if he can pull that thing down right field line, up 10-1. JT leads away. And he doesn't get quite enough of it. The ball is short. Stop goes out. Left fielder, I think he was trying to call off the left fielder, but Grimmenstein kept coming in. And fortunately, Clayton's able to make the play. And there's one out. Robbins back to first, and our batter is your first baseman, Jackson Madure.
I jinxed him. Sorry, Hudson. That's on me.
It is 10-1 here in the bottom of the third. Madure got a runner on first, and he's going. Pitches a strike. Throw down is not in time. Ball gets away. JT Robbins with the stolen base.
Wind is coming back at us, it seems. Well, the flag indicates otherwise.
Yeah, the wind has changed a little bit of position, still blowing out toward the outfield. Temperatures down, I guess, around 45, Coach. Is that right?
Yes.
In a 10-1 ball game, and here's the pitch.
Framing.
Outside.
Take him to jail. He's been framed.
Jackson Madure up. And here's the pitch to him. He's going to foul it off. Coming back this way.
Oh!
And, boy, it hit on top of the press box. Boy, that was a hard thump there. We heard that one. I'm sure you heard Coach Wright.
Hit me right on the noggin.
Acting like it hit him in the head. Madure back to the plate. JT Robbins still down there at second after a stolen base. We're trying to add to this big lead so we can get out of here after 5. Line and the pitch. And there's a ball hit to the third baseman. Bobbles it. JT faked him out. There's nobody at third, and he slides in there. JT with an incredible fake and gets away with it and gets a runner to first, and he gets himself to third. Nice play by JT.
I can't decide if that was a nice play by JT or if
or a dumb play that worked out, but it did.
I think so. I think he was anticipating a throw to first, but they didn't exactly plan on it, but they just couldn't. They weren't on the same page.
Coach Rayburn is laughing about it, so it did work out either way. It looked good anyway. So they have made a change in the top of the second here, and, Coach, we don't have second stringers, so his name for this game is the pitcher. The relief pitcher is in, number 5. And we apologize for not getting a complete roster, and that is my fault. I had to teach classes all day and couldn't prep like I would have liked.
It's almost like we have jobs.
They make us do that all the time. Of course, I had a planning period, but I planned. And here is a stolen base by Madure, and we get runners in scoring position with just one out here in the bottom of the third, leading 10-1. And we would love to get a couple of runs for the next 3 innings and go home early before it gets too cold. Feels like snow's coming tonight. I think there's a freeze warning. Swung on and miss.
He ticked it. I heard it.
And so we got a foul tip there.
Benchwarmers reference there.
Grayson Wells, your shortstop, steps back into the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Grayson Wells, sophomore. Tips that one away also to stay alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Look at that man out there battling. Good on you, Grayson Wells. Get after it. Get a hold of one.
10-1. Grayson steps back in with a 1-2 count and 1 out. Pitcher winds and throws it outside and high to go to 2-2. Madure ready to run like the wind if it hits. 10-1. 8 hits for the Eagles of Nashville Christian, 3 hits for Jackson Christian, and the pitch outside. So he goes to a full count with 1 out. Let's see if Madure is running. With 1 out, probably not, but we'll see if he tries to get a little bit of a head start. I don't think he can afford to get too far away in case the ball is line drive into an out. But he gets a big lead, and that ball is put up the middle.
Come on, Ump, make a play.
And we're going to bring in 2 runs. The ball is way overthrown. And Grayson gets a double and brings in 2 more, Coach, and we are at 12-1. Boy, a tough night here for our visitors from Franklin.
Yeah, their pitching staff has had a rough go of things. It's either not been in the zone or we've just been making pretty good contact. Nothing insane, but just good pick your poison kind of baseball from the good Eagles.
Javen Drulo watches it go a little high.
Javin
Drulo. Did I say Javen? Chavin. I've had a long day. 12-1.
It's Friday, man.
There's a breaking ball that broke in there nicely. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Javin Drulo.
Tough on Javin. Big old strike zone for him.
Yes, a nice receiver for the Eagle football team. And that ball is going to be punched into right field, and he didn't play it right at all.
Javin,
and we're going to bring
right
in
here.
We're going to bring in 1 run, and he's going to run all the way to third. Is he going to try for an inside the park home run? I don't think so. But Grayson Wells steps across the the plate easily, 13-1. And Coach, right fielder just misplayed it, I guess, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a tough one to get to. He was playing a shift towards center field, and it put him a step or 2 behind, and it seemed he pulled off of it a little bit, got under his glove, and rolled to the fence. You never want to see that. It looks like their right fielder is shifted farther towards center field.
Okay, we got number 33 coming up, and Coach, again, our roster.
That is Clay Klotz.
Our numbers are not very good either here. So number 33, Clay Klotz, is going to be checking into bat.
Clay, another one, good to have back. Suffered a concussion not long ago, got cleared a few days ago, and back on the field. It'll be good to see him get out there. Maybe he can put a cherry on top with a nice hit here.
And a freshman. Got freshman Elijah Oliver starting, and now Klotz back in there. And Coach, his nickname is Blood. I call him Blood Klotz.
That's funny. I was like, who calls him that?
I do. His name is Blood. So Blood steps in with a 13-1 advantage over our visitors, and we're still in the bottom of the third, and we've already put 3 up here to increase the margin. Wind in the pitch to Klotz. Change up a little high.
Hey, stay away from his head. He just got cleared from a concussion now.
I hope he'll dive out of the way. So we've got 13 runs on 8 hits. We've made no errors. Oh, boy, that one outside Clay, oh, my goodness, went behind his back.
In the MLB, that's usually fighting words right there.
That is. That's you see that one in the major leagues, they're running off the benches.
We've already had some benches cleared, and we're only a couple games into the season.
13-1. Here's the pitch outside.
We being Major League Baseball, not Nashville Christian. As far as I know, they have not been in any fights.
I don't think we've cleared it. 3-0, 1 out. So we got our 3 runs here. So maybe we can get a couple in each inning. And there's a strike, as I'm sure Klotz was taking that one all the way. 13-1. Nashville Christian up big. And the pitch, and Klotz winds up on it nicely, rips it down the third base line. Foul.
That one looked more like self-defense than a swing at a trying to get a base hit there. It looked like it was going to connect right on the hip, and Clay fought it off.
Coach, it's 53 degrees. I would have bet a lot of money it was 45. Boy, that's a cold 53, and Klotz got a piece of it to
stay alive,
send the count, or keep the count at 3-2. So let's see what Blood can get right here.
Coach McPherson, I'm laughing because I think some other people are going to be taking Blood differently than you are saying it.
On deck is Ryan DeMumbrium, senior, and here's the pitch outside and away. And Klotz gets on base with the walk, and Ryan DeMumbrium.
I was a little worried he was going to ring him up right there. He thought about it. I know.
And Ryan DeMumry is wearing a Michigan baseball hat. I don't know what that's about.
Is it Michigan?
It's a gold M there. It's not an N, and it's not our colors. DeMumbrium steps in. There's the pitch outside, and the reliever is struggling also with control. So we're leading 13-1. Still just one out here in the bottom of the third. So Nashville Christian with the big lead, and they're trying to keep Blood Clots there close on first base. From an excitement standpoint, it'd been nice to have a close game, but I know Coach Rayburn has been on the other end of some of these games, so I know he's glad to have a big lead here. They need that. Pitch is
by the
thrown,
third
and it's
baseman.
going to go past third baseman, and Drew Lowe will score easily, and we get a nice single in the left field to go 14-1.
Javin finally getting rewarded for all that hustle to get to third after his hit out to right field.
And the next batter, number 15,
Brock
Haywood back up, our right fielder, leading 14-1. Runners at first and second, still just one away. Franklin Christian in a world of hurt right now. Here's the pitch. Boy, it broke pretty nicely and got him looking there. No balls, one strike. Got it just on the corner. That's a wide corner there, wasn't it, Coach?
When games start to have one-sided runs, that strike zone opens up a little bit.
That one is down and away, 1-1 with one out. Runners at first and second, ready to go. Klotz at second, DeMumbrium on first. Pitch is a strike down the middle.
That was a good pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the third, Nashville Christian up big, 14-1. Runners lead away. Pitcher delivers. Breaking ball got the corner.
Brock should have swung. That was the same pitch as earlier.
And struck him out 2 away. And coming at bat is Landon Travis, his third at bat. Landon, the pitcher, leading 14-1, wants to help his cause. Ball is away, and we're going to run from second to third and put Blood Clots on third base. So we got runners on the corner, DeMumbrium at first, and a blowout here at Nashville Christian, 14-1. So a good game for us to close out the week. Pitches away.
Great job stabbing that out of there from the
Was
catcher.
a good catch by the catcher, 2-0. The Eagles in powder blue do have 2 outs on the navy blue Eagles. Pitcher winding, and the pitch is popped up behind second base. Fielder coming in. He doesn't read it right. They don't get anybody out there on it. And we're going to put runners on the corner. And I'm assuming that's going to go down as an error, Coach.
Yeah, that seems to be a bit of a miscommunication there. I feel like under most circumstances, if the second baseman can see it, you're going to let him get that's a long charge for that.
That is. I thought the second baseman was going to be able to float over there, but they may have had a tough time misjudging it up there in the clouds.
Yeah.
And so here's the outside pitch, and J.T. Robbins is back up again in a 15-1 game. So we need 1 run and 2 more innings to end this thing early, Coach. Pitch to Robbins is on the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out on J.T. Robbins. 15-1. Your Eagles up big here in Bellevue. Pitcher into the stretch, looks and delivers. J.T. grounds it to third base. Ball fielded, thrown to first, and boy, he is safe. He beat it out. The third baseman just took a little while to get it out of his glove, and it was not a rope, Coach.
Not on a rope.
That hurt him, and we get a 15-run lead. And JT gets I don't know if they're going to call that a hit or a run. I mean, a hit or an error, Coach.
I think it's just going to be qualified as a hit.
Hudson Goldner up in batting left, ball outside, 1-0. So we're in a runaway here, and it has truly been a runaway train for Franklin Christian, our visitors who are having a tough time today. Down by 15, ball away and outside, 2-0. 2 outs. And we have pegged a couple of them also, but a lot of it's just been plays that they just barely miss getting to. Here's the pitch.
Yeah, whether it be pitching or
Yep.
fielding, it just seems like it's always been a game of inches for our friends down the street in Franklin.
3-0, 2 out. Runners lead away at first and second. Goldner would like to increase the lead. Ball on that inside corner.
Must have caught him.
Excuse me. It was to inside from the inside corner. I thought he got a little nip of it, but we now get the bases walked. Coach is coming back out. Let's see if they'll make another change. Both pitchers have really struggled, and he is going to make the change. And both these kids have had a tough time.
Looks like they're going to bring Clayton in from the shortstop position.
So we got the bases loaded again, Coach. So be nice for us to get the fourth and fifth with 3 up, 3 down, and go out with this mercy rule. We'll see what happens. 16-1. And I'm sorry I don't have more trivia questions.
I've got one for you.
All right, go ahead.
So, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
You're always quoting scripture. I do have a baseball trivia question. Probably the greatest game ever pitched was 12 perfect innings by a pitcher back in the 50s. And so I don't know if anybody wants to look that up.
It was actually me.
There's been a perfect game for 12 innings and then lost in the 13th. And I'm going to look up and see what year that did happen. And in my opinion, it's the greatest game ever pitched, and it ended up in a loss because he pitched 12 perfect innings and then gave up 1 run. His name was Harvey Haddix, and I'm looking up the year that he did that. And I believe he was with the Pirates, I believe.
Nice.
And I'm trying to get to that right now. And he was a Pirate.
Arg. All right. Looks like we're about to get it together here.
All right, Coach, it's 1959. I was 2, so I barely remember it.
You know
and
how
the
old
Pirates,
I was?
they lost in the 13th. And later would pitch for the Cardinals. But Harvey Haddix, and that's a name a lot of baseball fans have never heard of.
It's a good name.
And I always enjoy baseball trivia from the old days, and that's it's always been a game that I have appreciated from Harvey Haddix. 12 perfect innings lost in the 13th. In my personal professional opinion, the greatest game ever pitched in the history of baseball, and it was a loss.
Good thing Angel Hernandez was not involved.
Okay. The bases are loaded here in the bottom of the third with the Eagles up 16-1. Jackson Maduri at the plate. And he's going to hit a high fouled outside the first base line.
Watch your Nagos, kids.
To go to 0-1 with 2 out. We got runners on every base. And even though we're up big, nobody's going up there to end this thing early. They all want to drive in people. Nice pitch there on the corner is the third pitcher for Franklin, and I believe that's Clayton that came in from shortstop, I believe. Yes, it is. That pitch is a tad high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So our parents and some of our fans that are here are bundled up like it's a cold football game in November. Pitch is, boy, it was on the outside corner. And again, the umpire probably wants to get out of here early also. So Jackson goes down looking, but Nashville Christian puts 6 on the board in the bottom of the third to go up 16-1. We're going to the top of the fourth. Travis will go back out there. I'm assuming
It looks
I'm
like
sure
he's
he
going to run past the mound.
No, he's not going to finish,
Clay
is he?
Klotz is going to get to finish this game out.
Coach Blood Klotz, the freshman in there, and Landon. You know, if he had a no-hitter, I'm sure we'd keep him in there, but this is a great opportunity to get Blood Klotz a few pitches. But we're going to take a break here with the score. Nashville Christian up big, 16-1, hosting Franklin Christian. Back in a moment. It's Coach Mike McPherson with Coach Colin Wright bringing you the action. If you just joined us, this game has gotten out of hand with Nashville Christian up 16-1 at the top of the fourth. Freshman Blood Klotz has come in. Clay Klotz is your pitcher, and that first pitch is ball one away. And we're going to have another trivia question here in a second. For those of you joining us late, I'll give you the first one in a moment that's already been answered by me. And Coach kind of got it after I gave him a couple of hints. We'll give you the second trivia here in a moment. Nashville Christian up 16-1. Klotz in relief of Landon Travis did a great job over 3 innings, giving up 1 run and 3 hits. And that's a strike by Clay. Ball
Clay.
2, strike 1.
Clay stays pretty low to the ground when he releases that ball. Watch this. Watch this here. He's going to be squatted the whole time.
Klotz winding and the pitch. He does get down low. Ball outside, 3 and 1. So a great press box here that athletic departments have furnished for these kids, not for the kids, but for us old people.
Yeah, old people.
It's nice up here. 16-1.
Full
3
count.
balls, 2 strikes, full count here for Clay Klotz. Winds, and the pitch is a little high, and he'll take his base and go down to the first corner there. So here's our trivia, Coach. You probably know it. The last major league player to bat 400. No one has done it in 75 years. To give you a hint, he's a Red Sox.
Hate him. I was going to say Ronald Acuna.
Ball
I think he batted 386.
away. Ted Williams. Ted Williams, last man to bat 400. And
Royalty.
Mr. Andrew Atkins has just informed us he is somehow slightly related to him, and I'm assuming he's not just talking about going back to Adam and Eve, who are the parents of all of us. So we'll find out more about that between innings, and the pitch inside, but a strike to go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Ted Williams jokingly said if he'd known it was such a big deal, he'd have batted 400 another season. He had one of the greatest swings in Major League history. 16-1. Nashville Christian up big, and boy, he hit him right on the shoulder. And the batter wanted to get that ball, that base. That was left fielder Grimmenstein, and
I heard that pop.
Yeah, and I appreciate somebody like that. He stood in there and he wanted to get runner advance and himself on the corner, and so he does so. And so it's now Alvarado is up, and he is your second baseman. and they're down 16-1. Nashville Christian like to hold them for 2 more innings and get out of here a little early, and throw back to second base to try to pick him off is no good. Grayson Wills made a nice catch to save the ball bouncing into center field. So Clay trying to get control of this inning. 16-1, runners at first and second. Looks at the runner at second, winds and pitches. Nice pitch. It dribbles down the line, and J.T. Robbins snatches it up after it gets outside the foul line for a no-ball, 1-strike count, and no one away here in a 16-1 runaway train by the Eagles of Nashville Christian.
Choo-choo.
On a cold night here. Coach, I'm going to have some more trivia for you here.
Oh, boy. My favorite.
Coming up soon. Wind and the pitch. Ball fouled back over our heads. $16-1. No balls, 2 strikes. So Klotz would really like to get one over that plate here and get a strikeout. Get that first out of the inning. Winds and pitches. Boy, that got away from him over the batter's head to go 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Alvarado did not feel like taking the same shot
that
his buddy did just a minute ago.
Decided to duck his head. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Klotz got runners on first and second. A little rally here going for Franklin Christian. Stretches, winds, and pitches. And the ball is punched into right field, and that's going to bring in a run. Boy, it gets past Brock Haywood out there, and they're bringing in 2 runs here, it looks like. And here's a play at the plate. Is he out?
That is tough.
J.T. Robbins tags the second runner as Grimmenstein tried to stretch too much out of it.
Great throw there.
They get 2 runs, but not the third one. Boy, that was a great play there, and it gets Blood Klotz his first out. Leaving a runner on second here. And the pitch, boy, that's inside also. And that's number 5. Coach,
Rayburn's taking a stand.
We don't have his name either.
That was our second pitcher of the evening for FCA.
I'm sorry. This is this is number 5. We don't have him. And that pitch was right down the middle and swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike and 1 out. Runner at second leads away. Klotz looks at him. Grayson tiptoes over, then goes back. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Pitch on that inside corner, and he swings and misses for a 1 ball, 1 strike count with a 1 out.
Put it right on his hands right there. He was gator arming that thing.
A little tight. 16-2, so we're back under that 15-run rule here, unfortunately. And the pitch. Well, it's right across the plate, but a little too low as he bowled it across, and it's going to be 2-2. So Coach Rayburn is going to try to see if Klotz can work his way out of this jam. He's got 1 out and a runner at second. Looks at him, back to the plate and the pitch. Nice one on the inside corner.
See you later, alligator.
And he got him to sit. 2 away. 16-2. Stepping in, number 26, and that's Graby, who started the game pitching. Seemed like it's been a whole ball game ago. Inside pitch, but swing and a miss. 1 strike.
The inside of that strike zone's working for him.
What is? Clay Klotz has got 2 outs here and hoping to get out of the jam here. Did I see that wrong? I thought 2 runs came across, but just 1, wasn't it?
There was 2 on.
That's
and
right.
The guy at the plate. So Alvarado would have made 3, and we punched out with a good throw from Grayson Wells.
It was. That Grayson had a great throw to J.T. Robbins. 16-2.
Oh, yeah.
And
yes, sir.
boy, that was a high strike zone there. Gravy didn't think it was in the
Not too happy about it.
inside the strike box. 16-2. 1 ball, strike 2 out 2, and the pitch. Ball fouled away.
Fun story. Coach Brothers, our very own head football coach, in his spare time, loves to show off his athleticism by catching foul balls.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. I've seen him do it. And he is indeed an athlete.
Yes, he's Brentwood Academy product and Vanderbilt college player. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be punched over to Grayson Wells, who will throw a nice rope to Madure for the 3rd out. And so Clay comes back after a little rough start there, and we go to the bottom of the 4th.
And I believe
we have
that's going to be the game.
14-run lead. Are they calling it?
Oh, maybe
That's not possible, is it? I don't think so. No, they're going back out. So I think we got to get the 15-run rule to the 5th inning, I believe. And we have a 14-run lead. So the Eagles, to end this game early, need to put at least one on the board here. And is that right? It's 16-2, and that's 14. So we need one more at least. Is it a 10-run rule? Oh, so we're okay right now. I had in my brain 15 runs, but it's the 10-run rule, which is a lot more gracious. And so we'll take a break here. We're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd. Nashville Christian up big on Franklin Christian, 16-2. Timeout. All right, we're ready to begin, and we've got Grayson Wells stepping in, our shortstop, in a 16-2 blowout game. Nashville Christian leading Franklin Christian, and the pitch is a strike. Or did he call that high?
It was.
Looked pretty good here. Ball one.
Look at Bryce,
16-2.
Coach Bryce over there. Easily the slowest walk to his first base position.
Wind and the pitch, and Grayson lines it to the right fielder, who is going to misplay it again. Grayson's going to turn first. He's going to go into second, and he'll slide in head first. And the right fielder has had a tough time today.
It's a tough day. The wind's been whipping around. That ball has got to be moving when it reaches the apex of its trajectory, to use some scholarly terms in a baseball setting.
All right, coach number 1. Is that Marcus Height?
No, can't be.
Can't be, can it? I can't tell who it is because we don't have a complete roster there. I mean, complete numbers. And I feel terrible here. For some reason, our roster has no numbers. Can you tell who that is up to bat?
He's wearing like 18 layers of clothing.
Ball inside.
Who are you?
And the 1-0 count inside hits him. I'll find out. Jake will know.
Jake knows everything. Clay, after pitching the last inning, is going to step up to bat again. It's dinger time, Clay. Put the bat on the ball. Let's go. Not exactly what I meant, but good job. Fouls it off to the right. Oh, and 1 coming to Clay Klotz from Clayton.
All right, here's our 0-1 pitch. And inside, that ball is hammered into left field.
Ripped it.
It's going to bring in 1 run.
Oh, boy.
The throw to the
Good
plate
throw.
is going to be a little too late. And a nice rip that time.
That's what I'm talking about, Clay Klotz. That's what I meant. You
Clay
tried
with
to
a
dribble it.
great hit there.
Good job, son. All right, we're letting everybody bat these days.
And, Coach, can you get a visual on that face?
He's got a shiesty mask on. I can't see nothing.
Yeah, this is it's just unfortunate we don't have all the numbers. And I guess that's partly my fault, but I got a roster and didn't have anything.
Let me see.
The 0-1 pitch is inside. So we're going to try to guess here.
I don't even have a guess.
1-1 pitch outside for 2-1.
I'm going to bet it's Tanner Cook. It's got to be Tanner Cook.
All right, we believe it's Tanner Cook up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and boy, inside there, did it nick him?
What the?
Ball 3. I
could've
thought it
sworn
got
that
him.
hit him right in the
I
back.
thought it hit him. Ball 3, strike 1. Runners at first and second. Pitch is right down the middle.
Did they say he swung when he did all that?
I guess so. I thought it popped him. Ball 3, strike 2. No outs here. 17-2. Game gotten really away from Jackson Christian. Here's the pitch, and the ball is going to be popped up out of bounds, out of play rather.
Way to fight it off, Tanner. If it's not Tanner, I'm going to feel real bad. But I think it is.
And we apologize. We just need to get an updated roster here with some numbers on it.
Come on, Coach Rayburn.
Pitch.
Ooh, punched him out.
He did punch him out there. 17-2. And coming up is
That's Joseph Price.
Joseph Price is up. All right. Joseph Price is number
16.
16.
It looks like it.
All right. So our score 17-2. So,
15.
excuse me, is it number 15?
I think he is number 16, but Rayburn's yelling to their coach about something. There's some rules when you sub players in that I don't quite understand myself. That's
Okay.
why I don't coach baseball.
He's stepping in. You're right. It is number 16. Joseph Price in. And if we can get 3 up, 3 down in the next inning, we go home quickly. 17-2. Runners at first and second, and the pitch. Good pitch down the middle, fouled away by Joseph Price, Jr. So a lot of Eagles getting to play in this blowout game. Coach Rayburn's trying to get as many people as possible playing time here.
The umpire says we're running low on balls.
Boy, he got him right in the back. 17-2. We'll load the bases. And coming up to plate is
Landon Travis.
Landon Travis, number 18. So Landon's going to stay in the game. And he's got bases loaded, and he started the game, pitched 3 good innings. Only gave up 1 run. Here's the pitch. Got the outside corner for no balls, strike 1. And we got 1 out here in a 15-point deficit for Franklin Christian, rather. And that
Ripping
ball is a single into right field by Travis. You're going to
under
bring
his
in
glove
one
again.
run, and once again it goes under the glove of the right fielder, brings in another run. We're going to bring in a third run here, and Travis is going to go to third base and stand up. And the right fielder, all we can say is bless his heart. It's up to 20-2. So this is rough on these kids.
Not a great day. Great way to start a weekend for a young fella.
Yeah, and a couple of these kids have more than 3 errors today. So very difficult. Sun's peeking out over the trees.
Thank you, Lord, for the sunshine.
Yes, sitting in the east to our right. And here's a
back
pitch.
Up the road.
Ball is batted
play.
right up the middle. Ball thrown too late. He's safe. And it's going to be 21-2.
Hudson's going to begrudgingly step off the field after being substituted out. 14.
Who are we bringing in?
It looks like Tristan Dill is coming in for Hudson Goldner.
All right, Tristan Dill in.
Knowing Joseph Price will, if we hit the field again, will probably take his spot behind the plate.
Runner at first. We lead 21-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away by Dill.
Good cut from Tristan.
Tristan, another freshman. So got a lot of young players here. So some future prospects look pretty good for us, Coach.
Yes, sir.
That sun is peeking out and getting a little bit of the field lit up. 21-2. Pitcher winds and throws, and it's outside for a ball. So did he get the corner?
Framed it.
I wish we get a little more of dramatic gestures from our umpire there. Let us know. Maybe I just can't read them very well. Here's the pitch inside, but he swung.
And is gone.
And is out. And that's 2 away here, and
Jackson stepping back in there.
Jackson Madura coming back in, number 7, and a 21-2. Yes, you heard me right. 21-2, bottom of the 4th. We brought in 5 runs this inning. Here's the pitch, Madura. Boy, he hammers it into center field. That ball is going to be
over his head,
going to the fence, possibly an inside the park home run. Madura is flying. He's going to scoot to third. Are they going to bring him in? No, they will hold him up as a triple, and he will bring in a couple of runs there, and it goes to 20.
Come on, Coach Collier. You're going to make Jackson run all the way across the field. Come on, brother.
22-2. Madura hammered it. The ball went to the fence. They got it back in to hold him to a triple.
Coach Bryce, I hope you watch this. You lazy bum.
I know Madura was trying to make sure, or he wanted to stretch it to an inside the park home run, but we wisely held him at third. I would have liked to have seen a dramatic play at the plate. 22-2.
I don't think it would have been very dramatic. I think he would have got thrown out by a bit.
And stepping in is
Colin Sawyer.
Colin Sawyer, number 32. So some of these kids may go into the field after.
Before Jackson came back from his recovery, Colin was getting a good bit of the reps at first base.
Right.
Got that long stride, long arms, long legs. Definitely a good addition to our team. We're glad to see him getting some more reps.
First pitch was a strike. Second one is up and away, 1-1, 2 out. 22-2. Bottom of the 4th. We've put across 6 here, and that ball's right down the middle. Swing, miss. Ball, 2 strikes.
Way to battle there, Colin.
Colin kept himself alive. 22-2. We've got 18 hits, 4 runs. We've, in these first 4 innings, scored 3, 7, 6, and now 6 in this inning. And he gets him swinging, and that will end. Excuse me. Yes, that will end the inning. Thankfully.
Looks like we are going to get out on the field here.
So Nashville Christian will take the field, and 3 outs away from getting a little early supper. Well, actually, it's 6:30, so it's not an early supper at all.
Depends on who you are, I guess.
We'll be back with the top of the 5th and final half inning in a moment with your score. Nashville Christian 22, Franklin Christian 2. Back in a moment. Back at Nashville Christian Baseball Field in Bellevue, Tennessee, Clay Klotz is trying to close out a blowout game here against Franklin Christian. And his first pitch of this inning is pulled down the third baseline for a foul.
Good
and
contact there, though.
It was. It's
From
22-2. And that was Clayton up to bat. And so Clay Klotz has come in relief of Landon Travis. And we'll try to close out things here. 3 outs and we go home. In a big blowout, 22-2. The pitch outside and away, and 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think outside and away are synonyms.
They don't know that. A lot of listeners, some of the grandmothers have no idea. 22-2, and here's the pitch.
Pulled.
Caught the ball. Is it going on that outside corner? Pulled down the third base line. Foul for the strike, two.
Holy moly. Brock, why are you running so fast, brother? Golly. Brock ran faster than he did this whole game to go get that foul ball.
22-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Clay Klotz trying to come in and get the save for Landon Travis. Boy, he threw that over his head. So a couple of pitches have gotten away from Clay. 22-2, 2-2 and 2. A lot of twos up there. 22-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Klotz with the wind and the pitch way outside. So we go to a full count. So on a cool, brisk evening, the Nashville Christian players are going to go home and have a nice dinner and enjoy this one. That ball is lined down the third base line, and it will go fair. That thing's going to roll almost to the warning track. It's going to be brought in by Demumbrium, but not before 2 bases. And the runner there showing the dugout that he flew over there to second. I'm not sure I'd do that when I'm down 20.
Hey, you got to have fun any way you can find.
I guess they're having a good attitude there. So with no outs, we are delaying the inevitable. We'd like to get out here a little earlier. Number 9 up.
I feel like every year batters add more gear that they have to take off to get on base.
A lot of stuff out there on.
That kid just chucked a whole leg sleeve over to first base.
Ball outside. 1 ball. No strikes. We've got no outs here in the top of the 5th in a 20-run deficit for Franklin Christian. Nashville Christian will enjoy a big runaway win, but we'd like it to be over sooner than later. Strike on that outside corner as Hudson pulled that ball back in with his mitt. Got that ball in the corner, 22-2, 1-1. Let's go, Klotz. Let's get this first out of the inning. And the pitch inside, but he got a strike on it. And that umpires want to get out of here also. Ball 1, 2 strikes. Everybody's trying to go home. We need Franklin Christian to swing and miss intentionally a few times. Get us out of here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner going. He's going to steal third base. The batter's going to strike out, so Klotz gets the strikeout, and the runner advances to third with 1 out. And coming to bat, number 23, the catcher, Allen. Big boy there. He's if he gets a hold of one, it may travel. Our outfield, or left field's pulled way in. Now DeMumbrian backs up a little bit, and the pitch inside. But the umpire, with that wider strike zone, gives him a strike, and it's.
I think he takes offense to them leaning. He doesn't like them trying to lean out of it.
And they certainly did on a couple of these pitches. And the 0-1 pitch to Allen is down the middle. We throw down to third. I almost got him.
And to be fair, batters from both teams have been really hugging that batter's box to the inside. They've been hugging the plate. So I imagine he's like, well, if you're going to stand that close.
1-1
Still
with 1 out. 22-2. We've scored 3, 7, 6, and 6 in our 4 innings, and we will not bat in the 5th. Thank goodness. Clay Klotz, the 1-1 pitch outside. And did he call a strike on that? He did. Did it hit the corner and then break to the outside? Oh, my goodness. Ball 1, strike 2. So the batters better realize that strike zone is pretty wide right now. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he lifts it into left field. It's over to Mumbrium's head. That's going to be at least a double.
Off the wall.
It's going to bring in a run, and Allen's going to stand up at second with a nice hit. We mentioned if he gets a hold of one, it will really fly. And DeMumbrium came in a second, then went back out and was too late, went well over his head to get the game to 22-3. So once again, the inevitable is delayed. And your first baseman, Jenkins, comes up, big kid also. And they've got a runner at second. And, Coach, we've only got 1 out, leading 22-3. Sounds
Coach,
like a good football score.
How do you know when stuff like that's going to happen? You called one at the softball game the other day.
I certainly did. Here's the pitch, and that's on the inside.
Ooh, I thought he was
a little too tight. I did
thought
too.
he was going to give him a strike right there.
So 1 ball, no strikes. We got 1 out here in the bottom of the top of the 5th. And the pitch outside, Jenkins. Been patient on the first 2 pitches, 2-0. So we will try to hold that runner at second and keep this thing at 22-3 and get out of here, get to warmer ground. Pitch by Klotz high. Goes to 3-0. So Klotz needs to hang in there and finish this inning up. And here's the pitch. He lobs it in there, and it's a ball 4. So Coach Rayburn is talking and making some decisions. What are they going to do? And I guess they're going to keep him in there right now. Nope. Coach is going to come out to the mound and make a change, I believe.
He might just be
Clay
talking to him.
is struggling a little bit. And Hudson goes out there with him, and he's going to take the ball. Yeah, he's going to take the ball away from him and bring in someone to hopefully end this thing a little sooner.
Rhino's walking on the field. He doesn't know if he's in. He doesn't know if he's out. But it looks to be. I'll hold it until we decide.
22-3. 1 out here, and the umpires are asking the coach to make a decision. And is it Grayson Wells? And it is. Grayson Wells will come in. And so we're going to let him warm up. We're going to take a break, rest for a second. But we're going to finish it up here no matter how long it takes. Grayson Wells. Boy, there's just a powwow going out. We've got 2 umpires, 3 players, and 2 coaches out there to discuss where they're eating tonight.
Yeah, they're all going out together afterwards.
I'm not sure what the delay is here.
I think it's just substitution, making sure you get the right people in the right spots and do it all appropriately. Because if there's one thing you got in baseball, it's rules.
Well, it's 22-3. Nashville Christian will warm up. Grayson Wells will be back in a moment. All right, we are ready to resume play here. And another trivia question, Coach. How many perfect games have been pitched in Major League history?
At least 4.
Quite a few more than that.
No, I said at least. So I'm right.
Oh, there's a line drive into left field to Montgomery chasing. He will not get to it, and then he gets past him. It's going to bring in another run. So our supper's delayed even further. There have been 24 perfect games. And, Coach, when I was a kid, there were only 9 that had been pitched because we went from well, I lost it. We were from the 50s to 1981 without a – oh, there's a line drive high into right field, and it is caught nicely by Brock Haywood.
I think that was Joseph Price. I think he came in for Brock during all the switcheroos that happened.
I apologize. You are right.
I thought he was going to come in at catcher because that's what he's been playing in some of our JV games and when we get subs in. But
so Grayson Wells stands in there with 2 outs, so we can get out of here pretty quickly, possibly. What I was trying to say, from 1968 to 1981, there were no perfect games from 68 to 81, and there had only been 9 up until that point, and it seemed like that just stayed forever. But there have been 24 up until –
oh, boy.
And last season, a Yankee pitched it, and – Coach, I'm sorry, I was looking at stats while the game was going on.
Uh-oh.
And the runner at third seems to be shook up.
Not feeling good.
He's going to try to stay in. Grayson Wells trying to get us out of this inning. We've got runners at second and third, 22-4 now. Let's see if we can get this thing over with right here on this pitch, and it's back up the middle. And I don't think it's going to end here. It's going to be fielded. The long throw is away. They get a run. They get 2 runs on the era, and it's 22-6. And so a little life there in the powder blue. And to their credit, Coach, they have not given up.
The way you got to do it. You got to battle no matter what. And I enjoy to see the fight in anybody.
They got 7 hits, and there's a slow one, and we should end it touching second base, and that's the end of the game. And was that Landon Travis that made the last down? No, that was
Elijah.
No, I don't believe it was Elijah. It was number 8. It was Landon Travis. He was playing short, and he made the last out, and he also won the game. And so Nashville Christian wins 22-6. want to thank Mr. Andrew Atkins for setting up the equipment. We're sorry we only had one camera that would operate, but this was our first telecast ever, so it was quite an experiment. And Coach Colin Wright, appreciate you filling in for the commentary. It's hard to do these things by yourself. So your closing thoughts.
Great game from the Eagles tonight, both sides. Great finish from our Franklin Christian Eagles. Great way to stick it to them from the Nashville Christian Eagles. Everyone, have a great weekend. Love the Lord, love each other, be kind to each other. Have a good one.
Smile and be happy. Nashville Christian wins 22-6. And so, for Andrew Atkins and Coach Colin Wright, this is Mike McPherson saying thank you for your time at this time. Until next time on the Nashville Christian Baseball Network.